Hello, friends. This is Joseph again, demonstrating my uh, Firebase Finance app. What I ended up learning this time around is there is a whole lot of unmentioned qualifications for Android development that really go just unmentioned, and it takes a whole lot of digging. On my last app, I ran into just tons and tons of conflicts, especially with the text entry boxes. That was what threw me off a lot, and that threw me off a lot this time around as well. But I got a little farther with it. I learned that there's two files to really um, dive into specifically. Your build.gradle KTS files on the project level and on the app level. This is the app level. It goes and tells the program what you are expecting to use within it. And there's a whole lot of various different things you need to do, especially when you're integrating something third party like uh, Google Firebase. And unfortunately, this time around, while I made a lot more progress on the plugins and the requirements, I was unable to get it to where it actually ran on any level. I still feel I made more progress. I'm very happy with it, and I'll just uh, get more progress with the app on my next sprint. The end goal of the app is to have a text entry box here, or sorry, the available balance, running balance will be displayed here, text entry here, and then a transaction entry box here. I don't know why I didn't finish that one up. And there'll be two buttons here to record deposit, record withdrawal, and it'll feed off of the same um, text entry boxes. And this would show a running list of all the transactions. And thankfully, though, I did actually make a huge amount of progress on Google Firebase and learned the difference between it, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure as well, just because I was curious about the difference, and that didn't take a lot of work. But I got everything set up to have a login, both anonymous and through email password, and I even arranged to get activity tracking when the app was actually launching, at least. I made a few adjustments trying to get the buttons turned in. Ultimately realized that I have some conflicts somewhere in the app, and I'm not entirely sure where, that is causing uh, things like the text field not to work and the remembering the where the app is currently at so that you can actually do things and update things with it. And one of the things I found in the process of trying to figure out what was causing this is that there's a tool that Gradle is a plugin that Android relies heavily on. And that if you're ever going to get involved in Android development, you really want to get Gradle going. And I just barely found out about it today. And one that I run a blog as well that's kind of on a hold while I do these projects. digging deeper.dev. And this project has given me a whole new appreciation for my ultimate goal on that uh, website and that blog, and that is to dig deeper into topics that the programming world seems to not really, you're really just, I guess, take for granted. There's not a lot of resources out there, or at least not a lot of good resources out there that go thoroughly into everything. And even when going into, was I at, oops, me. Oh, yes. Even when thoroughly going into all of these resources, and you, I still wasn't enough. And I'm going to get more resources out there. And when I go and revisit these on my next sprints, probably end of December or beginning of January, I'll get them further. I will get these completed. And I still feel I made a lot of progress. It just doesn't show because I can't click play and have it actually run. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Next time I will be building a what am I working on next time? Oh yes, the data analysis. I'm going to build or at least attempt to build a stock market analysis tool. And I also have a much better time management process and that I have built this time around. So we'll see how much more progress I make next time. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.